Flat Earth theory? Yes. I'm not interested in it.
You want Mountain Dew?
No,
Not at all.
I just got through milk.
Okay.
It's been cold.
All I can say is, respectfully, I say this.
That's right.
I'm not
I was
interested
at
in
all
theory
morning.
at
That's
all.
finally just finally got down to the water.
And I say that, and I emphasize, I say that respectfully.
It's thirsty. That's fine. You like
Peace
Mountain
be
Dew?
unto you and yours.
Mountain Dew good, huh?
Well, I will remind you that all that I said and I would emphasize
Also, you feel good too. Right.
I thought I did. I thought I did too. I don't know. I don't know how that comes up by being respectful.
Yeah.
I want to be disrespectful. But you got to emphasize. Flat water fountain.
And we're gonna put it through the test. Feel my thought.
What's up, man? You believe the Earth is flat or a globe?
Kind of neutral.
Kind of neutral?
I haven't really seen hard evidence on it being flat, so.
Well, here's a video at 120,000 feet.
I don't know what it's hard. I've heard it.
Most commercial planes only fly 35, 40,000 feet. This is about 3 or 4 times higher.
So, I think last time I was here, someone was saying that it may have been here that there's no like the moon isn't real, or not the moon, but no one actually landed on the moon yet.
Yeah, no one's been on the moon.
So, what about the samples of the space rocks that they got from the first?
You mean the ones that they sent off to be tested and turned out to be petrified wood? So you think there's trees on the moon?
I don't think he's even looked into it.
So I haven't looked that far into it. So they said it was wood?
Petrified wood, when it was sent off for independent analysis. Let me ask you this, you ever look up in the sky and you see the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time? You never seen the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time? What happens all the time?
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Matter of fact, you could see them this morning, both up there together.
So are you saying that there are no moon or just no one landed?
I'm saying no one's landed on the moon.
What about the space station? Like they have picture evidence of
All right, let me ask you this question, and to answer your question with a question. Do you believe that the International Space Station is in space? Okay. What is the height of the International Space Station? 254 miles up. All right. So what I'm about to tell you is off of NASA.gov. You can go on there and verify it for yourself. There's a satellite called the Icon satellite that NASA launched up there. They say the height of that satellite is 360 miles up. And it says it's there to observe the upper ionosphere, which is an area that is not space nor the atmosphere. So at 360 miles up, it's not in space. But at 254 miles up, you are in space. So even if it was up there, it's still not in space.
Did they film Gravity in space? Film Gravity. Have you seen the film Gravity? Have you seen the film Space Odyssey? What's another?
The only space film I've seen is where they were like frozen or something into space, and then I don't know. It's just like, yeah, that is good points you made there.
My point is, they have the technology to act like they're in space in a studio, and they have all these things. Sandra Bullock was on a machine that was like flipping her around to simulate she was in zero G plane. And when they have the ISS feeds up, and when we see them on bungee cords, like his buddy pulls him with a bungee cord that's invisible, we see him being pulled by that, so he's pulling on nothing. It's actually a invisible bungee cord. It raises questions like, it seems like it's in a studio.
So maybe like a very stupid question, but what are mountains?
Mountains. It just changes in elevation.
So then,
We're not saying it's completely flat all the way across. Of course, there's elevation, but because 70% of the Earth is water, and water's flat, it's overall flat.
They don't say curves on it, so.
Right. If the Earth is 70% water and the surface of water is always flat, which if we pour water in a glass, a bathtub, pond, or lake, the ocean, it's all flat. Horizon, horizontal. Words have meaning. If 70% of the Earth is water and water's flat, where is it bending?
He was still on about the tree.
A lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought how in the world all that water got here on this planet?
Well, not a planet, a plane.
Hmm?
A plane, not a planet.
Well,
Where'd it come from?
had to come from,
The Creator.
I'm trying to think of it. When you get my age, it kind of drifts from you.
Welcome to the boat.
Yeah.
You can't be more than 50, right?
Yeah. I got a son, well, it won't be about 3 years, he'll be 50.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You don't look that
Then
old.
why you wearing that mask? You need to get some air.
Shit, I don't want to damn catch no corona. I know too many people
It's
die.
growing all the time on the weekend. You know people that died?
Yeah. I know a bunch of them personally died. In fact,
What?
it was January, no, it was either December or January. I went to visit a sister-in-law, and she was dying with cancer. The time I got in her room, it wasn't 5 minutes. I had an itch in my throat right there. And I thought it was just a flu. It could have been the damn coronavirus. That's the first time my heart actually ate. My heart did. No. No,
See it in a different way, bro.
but
That's one of the symptoms.
yeah, that's what they said. One of those symptoms. Yeah,
So ask me some questions, man.
so I've asked this before.
that's right.
So how would
But I
like
didn't have no problem breathing.
ships? How do they not fall off of the earth when it's flat?
All right, let me show you a
I
map.
got suspended long distance. I worked out my whole life.
So let's say a ship wants to circumnavigate the Earth. They circumnavigate like this
Every day.
and keep going around in a circle, not a sphere. They circumnavigate in a circle. Show me where they're falling off the edge.
I put it in my coffee.
So,
And I start off, well, when you first start off, you put 4 drops.
so if they were
3
here,
times a day.
what is this white part?
The ice wall, the Antarctica.
Oh, it is.
That's an ice wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it on
So an ice wall is all over the whole entire.
All the way up to
Right,
24,
containing.
even
So think of the
25.
Earth as like
Now, I'm doing like
a lake.
about 18 drops a day.
Antarctica is the shoreline of the lake, and the continents are islands in that lake.
I mean, as good as when I was a teenager.
So would you say at a lake, could you fall out of a lake? No, same thing here.
Yeah, well,
It's just a bigger lake.
Oxygenates your whole body. It actually kills all kind of diseases. Cleans your lungs out, your heart, your brain. It flushes your whole body out. Even cures venereal disease.
The Dragon X launch? Right. And so all their videos they posted online, they showed the launch, the docking, the astronauts, on there. And then they showed a landing video on the barge. If you take the landing video from the one that they just posted to the one from 4 years ago, overlay them frame by frame, it's the exact same thing. The smoke, the waves in the ocean, the tilt of the boat, the angle of the landing, everything is exactly the same. Do you believe that's possible?
I mean, it is possible. I mean,
All the smoke, the waves, everything is the same.
yeah, no, it's not possible to have it the same 2 times. But yeah, I can see if they.
So where do you think that video is now? It was pulled down off their site. Right. Too many people realize it's fake. And as far as the astronauts, 5 days ago they had it was ABC and I believe CNN were doing an interview with the astronauts. And if you watch the video, it's a 6-8-20 astronaut video. You can look it up by those numbers. And at the 1 minute and 45 second mark, you can see they're playing with this like dinosaur, kind of pretending like stuff floats in space, but all it is a helium balloon, attached to the weight on it. At 1:45, what you see on there is the string from the dinosaur becomes visible, and one of the guys realizes it, and you see the expression on his face like, uh-oh. So look at the 145 mark. And then 3 minutes into the video, you'll see them both at the exact same time all of a sudden stick their arms down like this, like someone told them in an earpiece, hey guys, stick your arm down. And what you see is the thing that's behind them all of a sudden becomes blurred out. So what live TV broadcast where only like certain parts of the screen get blurred out? Like,
It's probably been 3 or 4 years ago.
whereas I can show you them on the ISS right here.
Yeah.
See this?
My breathing is a lot better.
They accidentally showed the blue-green grid, the screen grid.
So
My wife helps me 64.
They're getting better, but they're not foolproof yet. Maybe one day they'll get to the point we can't tell.
would you believe it if you went on
I
so
wasn't full time. What do you think?
SpaceX supposedly I've been hearing that like in the later future that they will bring passengers to the moon or in space. Would you by chance go as a passenger and would you believe it?
I would never get on a passenger on anything that was going to space because you're going to hit the dome and die.
I'm not worried about my damn I'll donate.
You can't leave. The second law of thermodynamics, you can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. We have to live in a container. So in order for you to get to space, you have to be outside the container. What are we going to do? How do you get outside the barrier?
This age, man. I can do a 6-pack. That's about it, bro. I've been drinking so much damn beer.
I mean, you go to school, you've learned about people leaving. Let's say, how many people according to mainstream science, let's forget about flat Earth for a second. How many people have left Earth's atmosphere?
Not only me, though.
Can you name anybody?
It's the parents with me, too.
What happened?
Can you name anybody according to mainstream science or NASA that claims they've left Earth's atmosphere? I'm gonna save you some trouble. The answer is 0.
Oh, I've been on
What about the
Even the people that claim to land on the moon, they've never left Earth's atmosphere because NASA says that Earth's atmosphere extends beyond the moon. If our atmosphere is beyond the moon, then the moon is in our atmosphere. So no one's ever been past the moon, so no one's left the atmosphere.
so then you're saying it is a possibility that someone is on the moon?
No, it's obviously right now that no one has landed on the moon. You can look at the videos and the photos and all. Like,
One of the nurse anesthesiologists.
I don't have a moon model. So we're going to use this as the moon, and this is the Earth. So you know how you always see the same part of the moon?
Well, how would I know that?
Well, you always see the same face of the moon when you look in the sky at night, right? Because it's tidally locked.
Well, how would we know that I mean, we don't know really what the moon looks like.
You're right.
We can't look up close to it, so how do we know?
But if you look up in the sky at night, what do you see?
You see the same moon that I've been seeing.
Right, you see the same face. So according to mainstream science, now we're going with mainstream science here. The moon always faces the Earth right here. When they landed with Apollo 11, they landed right over here. Okay? So if they're right here and you're going to take a picture of the Earth, how would you angle the camera? Exactly. You'd have to, if you were here and the Earth was there, you'd have to shoot the camera straight up in the air, right? So in the Apollo 11 photo that they claim is real, it's here. How is that possible?
Wide angle lens makes it round.
It is.
I don't know. That's enough.
Serious?
He's an actor.
What's going on, man?
He keeps talking. He likes it.
It's good. He's thinking. He's asking a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
That's good. Even just asking
Look, I'm going to go
questions.
down. I'm going to go down and then hit this row.
Yeah, it's a real high.
Take your time, man.
It's probably the highest place along the East Coast. I mean, you look down.
So,
No. I mean, you look down.
mountain is higher than
You
the
look
airplane.
down on that river.
so
And the big old boat.
what about solar eclipse? Do you, how do you explain solar eclipse?
Well, we don't have all the answers, but if you look up in the sky during the solar eclipse, do you see anything blocking it before the eclipse begins?
Most people, Most people are too scared to look.
So if the sun's up there and the moon's coming to eclipse it, shouldn't the moon come into view? Shouldn't it be lit up where you could see at least part of the moon before it eclipses? But you never see the moon until it's right there, if that's what's causing it.
And they teach you not to look at the sun.
They don't want you to see it.
They've always said that, right? You've heard that. Don't stare at the sun. Don't stare at the sun. That's one of the reasons why they don't want you to look at it.
How wide is the moon, according to mainstream science? 2,200 miles? What is the shadow cast on the Earth in an eclipse? 70 miles. Can you think of anything in the world that casts a shadow smaller than itself?
Blowed up. And everybody freaked out. And it looked like a rocket with his face painted. Dragonfly.
Hey, normally I sell a couple of die caps every day.
It's a bad day, huh?
Well, hey, pop inside. One guy said, I'm getting rid of all my NASCAR stuff. There's another guy says, I'm going to quit. I ain't going to never go to another race. Man, that's just, they going to realize that's really, NASCAR screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Flag's been in that track ever since they started racing back in the 50s or whatever. And they want to take it off of NASCAR because of that one person speaking up.
They want to take what off NASCAR?
Flag can't be flying no racetrack no more. Yeah, none of them, nowhere. You can't even be on the grounds without a flag, or anything with a flag on it. Because that black guy said something about it.
What other questions you got, man?
So whatever. I'm not afraid, but you know what I'm saying is, I'm not afraid, but
So you can really see better than what I
So,
See how I don't have all the answers though yet? So that's where people like you come in. Kids that are growing up and learning this. Now you got all your life to figure it out. Whereas, we've only been looking into it for 4 or 5 years.
Now just imagine how much time you have to look into that and come to the truth, come to figure out what's real.
so what started you guys to believe the Earth was flat? Like, was this did you believe the Earth was flat at a young age, or did you?
No. A friend of mine said, hey man, did you know the Earth is flat? And I thought he was joking. He goes, no. Really, have you looked into it? I'm like, I'm not looking into it. He's like, man, you used to fly. Can you tell me, did you see curvature up there? And I was like, no, I didn't. Because I used to fly planes for the Civil Air Patrol and I never saw any curvature. And he said, well, did you ever have to dip the nose of your plane when you were flying? I said, come to think of it, no. He's like, well, if you don't have answers to the questions, will you at least humor me and look into it? So I did. 3 months later, staying up all night, losing sleep because I can't find answers to anything. Here I am. Because if a plane flies at 500 miles an hour, it has to dip its nose. For every minute, you'd have 2,700 feet of curvature. But no pilot ever does that.
I had a bunch.
I'll tell you what, look me up on YouTube, that flat fellow. In there, I'm going to post a link for Discord. You know what Discord is, right? You can join our Discord group, and you can come in any whenever. Day or night, there's people on there all day and night. You can jump on, talk, and ask any question you want.
Okay, what is it?
That flat fellow.
That flat fellow?
Yep.
Okay.
You can go ahead and sub me, and that'll let you remember.
So.
And then you can unsub me at a later date. I'm not worried about gaining a sub, just so that if you have questions, you have somebody to ask questions. Because if you go into Google and type in flat Earth, you're not going to get the real stuff.
Exactly. Well, all right, I appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to see you again.
So I had to try to straighten up. I felt the temperature change 3 times as I went down. The pressure is strong in your lungs. When you go deep like that.
Oh, you're talking diving?
Well, when the water pressure pressing on your body.
I like skydiving.
Oh, hell.
So the vacuum of space is supposed to be a pure vacuum, right? What's the ISS made out of? You know?
What the hell? Everything. It's like thinking how old the universe is.
Vinny, you got a knife? Yeah.
Like damn. Trillions and trillions of years old. They're way off on the age of this universe and this planet.
Or maybe they're too high.
Plane.
Maybe it's younger than they think.
It's like, okay, where did all the dust come from that forms all of this here sand and everything on this planet?
The Creator put it here.
See, something had to create the dust.
The Creator.
It had to form as a gas to start off with.
Why is that?
And burn. Friction, molecules bouncing around. If it's a real gas, it can ignite. Molecules bouncing around cause the ignition. And that causes the dust. See, it's just like you can be out in a dusty dust storm and you got glasses on, but it's going to get in somewhere. But the moisture from your eyeballs will make it clump. You won't feel it today, maybe tomorrow, but in 3 days, you will have like grains of sand in the bottom of your eye that's cut. And that's from the dust it's got in your eyes. And the moisture from your eyes has made it clump and create grains of sand. Just think how long it would have had to create all these grains of sand on the planet.
7 days.
I would say 6 days. And he was like, I can do it in a week. And he was like, nah, I think I'll rest.
Yeah. No, it didn't happen like that. And like I said, I don't care if you had a supercomputer. Where did it get its daggum memory, knowledge to create all this?
From the Creator.
Huh?
Somebody created it.
Well, what created that? It had to evolve. Evolution. It had to evolve. There couldn't have been just a God that created all of this. Where did he get his knowledge? How did he pick out the colors? How did he pick out all these plants?
That would make sense if it was a he, if it was
Or
a
she,
human being.
or it.
No, it would make sense if it was a human being.
It could have been an it. You can call it it.
It could be anything.
That's a great question, isn't it?
Just like
It's a real deep question. It's a deep
It
question.
is a very deep.
one-cell microorganism, amoeba, and it didn't need a separate companion as a male or female. It was both as one. Think about it.
Yeah.
You're talking eons and eons.
I'm familiar with the
creation.
evolution theory.
Yeah.
It could have been both, it could have been neither. It could have been both creation and evolution.
No, it had been evolved.
It
Period.
didn't have to be.
It had to be sun
It could have
and
been
water,
else you haven't considered.
sun and water.
How y'all doing today? We're out here spreading the word about flat Earth.
And it had to duplicate. And then it had split and duplicate again.
Has there been a lab experiment where just sun and water?
Earth is not a globe. Earth is not a globe.
So I guess,
Look into it.
science in the world.
Hey, the flag's working. Oh, also everybody check it out. Law carved
And I
up.
told my teacher, they had their aquarium.
Dr. LA
I said, okay,
0206.
you can put in your water and you can let the sun in and watch what grows inside of there. I was a grade school
There was already
kid.
stuff on
I'll let you know when I find out. That's right.
it. So how did it pop up out of nowhere? Just
See,
sun and water.
it had to create and it was embedded in the rock. It's just like everything on
I'm afraid it will get broke anyway.
But the dinosaurs, how did they eat?
Did you do good today?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
That's good.
How you doing, young man?
I'm doing good. How about
Jesus loves you now.
you? You too. He made the world we live in.
Yes, sir.
Dinosaurs.
I want
They
to
don't
know.
love it. How did it start?
Okay.
How did Christianity actually start? It was a war.
Earth is not a
over
globe.
Egypt, the Romans. And he
Free
made
information.
a
La
pact
Tierra es plana.
with the leader.
Free information. Earth is not a globe. The
Not
Earth is
with,
flat. 200
What
proofs.
is it?
All right. 200 proofs.
One that Pope said. He's Catholic. And so he made a pact. That
Hey, people are free to believe what they want to
They
believe.
were way outnumbered. I guess like 7 to
Surprised
1.
not wearing a mask.
He made a pact with them. And they knew they were going to their death. They won that battle.
Free
And they
information.
went, and they said, we will make that one religion, Christianity. And that's what he done. And he was in the, he was a soldier.
Talk to her about flat Earth. She's real woke. Talk to her about flat Earth.
No,
Yeah.
the soldier. He was a Christian. And that was a no-no. They would have killed him if they'd known. I'm going to start here. But
Here you go, bud.
that pact, they got out of that battle alive. They were going to convert.
How y'all doing today? We're out here spreading the word about the world we live in.
That's why you see all these statues and writings. They went and destroyed all that. They're trying to erase the history.
Earth is not a globe. Free information. Oh, I should have noticed the mask. He was like, I don't want that.
Zombie.
You know, look at all what happened.
Free information.
Created us.
I know, but that's an Enoch, right?
It was
No, you haven't.
Let's see if she wants to talk to us about the stuff she does. Yeah, because she does. She makes anti-radiation stuff. How's it going, brother? Free information?
And everybody, and they even admitted, you know, these
Walked off 6 blocks. Police on his father. Not going in there.
La tierra es plana, abriendo los ojos por fin.
they had
Es
no
verdad.
boats that could go that far.
No es quiero.
Stories all over the world. That's how they started.
And the police are they're letting them do it. Letting them do it.
In Boston?
No, in
Seattle.
Oh, where they like set up other, yeah.
Compound?
Yeah.
No, the country's compound.
They call it a country.
You gotta have guns. It depends on. It's a compound. They got guns. You know, just like us, we're in a compound.
Free information. La tierra es plana. Earth is not a globe. Free information.
From Africa, and actually,
Trump tweeted something.
I think I'm 100%. If they have a mask, they don't take one. If they don't have a mask, they take one. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
well, they found the female part, but they couldn't find the male part.
Oh, man, you get that.
I just found the primate from Africa.
Everything,
They traced the gene. All of us have got her gene.
Oh man, that's what they say.
And they
Free information?
We all got that gene.
Earth is not a globe.
We all got that
Also
gene.
say the Earth's the ball.
We got 1 of 3.
They also say the Earth's the ball.
Here you go, sir. Read up on
Yeah, I
this.
got one.
You got one? All right. What'd you think?
He says everything on
It does, don't it?
How many asteroids hit this planet and broke up the crust? Look at the Gulf of Mexico. And they said for sure that was an asteroid that hit there.
They said for sure the Earth's round.
Where's the asteroid though? So
La
something.
tierra es
The
plana.
whole out there in the
Okay,
desert.
sorry about that.
It's been there since eons, but when it exploded,
How's it going, man?
you don't see nothing down in the
Earth is
hole.
not a globe. 200 proofs in here and a website. Earth is not a globe. Earth is not a globe. Free information, sir. Thank you.
That's like finding
Just
them
look into it.
well,
Free information.
organisms that was inside the
Thank
rock
you.
that come from Mars.
What about this? You want to hear about carbon dating?
La tierra es plana, abriendo los ojos. Señor. Right.
It's extinct. It's died 70 million years ago.
How y'all doing today? Good. You heard about flat Earth before?
No, I'm going to
You want to just check it out? All we ask you look into it. Thank you.
They said they went extinct.
How y'all doing? Free information. Free information. We're not selling anything. We're just giving stuff away. Free information. Here you go, man. We're not selling anything. Just giving away some free information about the world we live in. Oh, you're gonna enjoy that. He said he can't wait to ride it. Yeah. Thank you. Man, I'd have loved to have that as a kid. Oh, we got Dr. Lie over here cooking something.
I'm just making something for sea land. More than me.
How you doing today? Giving out some free information about Earth? Free information, ma'am? Thank you. Earth is not a globe. Earth is flat. Free information.
I got one guy probably gonna buy that one car. That one in there, that one in there.
I run out of flyers.
All those pyramids, they ran. Oh, and then the mercury. Look at all the mercury. Where did they get all that mercury from?
How you doing? Did I give you one yet? All right. What you think about this? You ever heard about this? You ever poured yourself a glass of water? What's the water in the glass? Is it flat or is it curved? The water on the surface. The surface. Right. So let's say you pour water in a bathtub. The surface of the water is what? Okay. How about in a pond? Okay. Lake, ocean is flat. If the Earth is 70% water, where does it bend into a ball? If 70% of something is flat, how you got a ball? There's 200 proofs just like that on here. We've gone out, we've done the experiments. We can prove that the Earth is not a globe. And people say they've been up there, they're a pilot, they've been on a plane, and they can look out and they can see curvature. I've got footage from 120,000 feet up, 4 times the height of a plane. No curvature. And I myself am a former pilot. I flew for the Civil Air Patrol. No curvature. All we're doing, we're not convincing anybody of anything. We just want you to look into it. That's it.
No, they say it's not. They don't say it's
Thank you for your time.
They say it's legal. They say it's That's what they say. They say it's too hot to be tall.
Free information, brother. Look into it.
That's what the official scientists are saying.
They say the core of the Earth is molten. It's not a solid.
You say, how in the world did the daggum sun keep burning? You ever set fire to a piece of acrylic chunk?
Yeah.
It'll sit there and burn and burn and burn. But you'll see black smoke come from it, but it'll burn to nothing. Well, hydrogen is lighter than air.
It'll just explode if
Yeah, I'm working on a hydrogen product right now.
Free information, guys. Look into it. Oh, he got one?
For him.
All right. You got any questions? All right. All we're asking is look into it. We're not selling anything at all.
Oh, I heard about that. From water, right?
I'm working on that right now.
There are engines that are in cars.
I'm gonna get some tools.
Either they
Is that on or
gonna
no?
use a chunk of
It's on.
daggum
Live
money,
stream.
or either they gonna buy it and put it out.
They're gonna buy it and not put it out.
Well, that's what the man told me. He said they could probably put it on the shelf. They called me and they told me twice not to do it.
Yeah.
Free information. Free information.
I just saw it.
Build it, just don't pass it.
I saw it. No, I'm gonna pass it.
Free information.
Hydrogen part out of the engine. Right now. Even though I got the engine modified, but I got 3 engines.
Now I may lose money on some things, but I'll make back in some well. You got to work, we'll deal with it.
Cylinder here, like the world's fastest dragster. My engine pulling twice as much off coming in.
It's $6, I'm making $3 off a 6-pack.
You ever heard of Don Darrow?
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy Don. You know who
I
I'm
got his
talking about.
autograph. I met him a couple
Hey,
times.
I know him personally. He
Yeah.
knows me. Daddy used to help him build his engines. That's before Keith Black come along.
Yeah.
But I designed a cylinder head. It's got 7 square inches of air intake per cylinder and 7 square inches of exhaust per cylinder. I got a variable. They said, you done messed up. You done lost all your torque. Guess what? I can go to an area this small, pull an area in. I can have humongous valves, but if it's restricted and it won't pull in, it's like sucking through a little small straw that you stir your coffee with, and then you get a handful of big straw and suck through. See that?
I know. I got it. I got it.
I know he is.
The analogies go by unnoticed.
Our joke stuff.
No, it's not.
Free info.
It's an analogy.
Thank you.
Working on it. It's gonna go worldwide.
Free information. Free info. Water's always level.
But it needs water power. You got electric engines.
Well, this here will take down. You got to charge it. Guess what's charging these electric cars? A diesel generator. Yeah, that's what's charging. You pull up the station, diesel engine is charging.
Free information.
What's charging it? A diesel engine. I'm just saying.
Free information. Free info.
Like the Cadillac, the Cadillac. He said, what are you trying to do?
Free information. Free. Not selling nothing.
No.
What? Do you ever think about water? Water always is what? When you pour water in a glass, what's it do? Is it flat? Is it flat? Water in the bathtub, it's flat. Water in a lake, it's flat. The ocean, 70%. When you look at the ocean, it looks flat, right?
Yeah.
So where's it start curbing? Into it. Look into it.
No, I really appreciate that. It's just I'm saying I wouldn't have it.
You can see the videos. They're only like 30 seconds long. I can show you proof of that. It's not as low. That's 120,000 feet in there. That's close to heart. Earth is sun is close and look left.
Arnold was the reason Harvey got where he was at, even though he was already dead. He's the reason Harvey got where he was at.
Yeah, because he was already.
Did you see that?
To drive for him.
Right.
Because Harvey was left to come west.
Right.
When they were doing west.
Right.
And I like Harvey. He read close to Earnhardt till they.
Also notice the Earth is spinning 1,000 miles.
The capsule taking daggum pictures of it. You can see the planets, girl. You can see it round.
With the come on up in space too. Do you, this, no.
No one's ever been to space. Who's been to space?
Not exist.
I don't know how much.
You guys been up there?
No, nobody's been there.
They done gone to the moon too.
Ain't nobody been to the moon.
That's a great story.
Let me ask you this question. This serious question. Do you believe that anyone's ever left Earth's atmosphere?
Why not?
How can you have?
You would be the only one to believe that.
No.
No one believes any. Mainstream science says that Earth's atmosphere extends beyond the moon. If the atmosphere is beyond the moon, that means the moon is in our atmosphere. Mainstream science and NASA also claim.
Well, they've already gone to Mars.
Nobody's
Yeah,
been to
the
Mars.
rover.
Yeah, the
It's already gone to Mars already.
how are we controlling a rover that far away from here?
Self-powered. It's programmed.
But who can't keep a signal with this?
That's hard to believe. They said these phones today got more programmed than what they
Went to the moon,
showed
right?
when it went to the moon.
So how come they haven't gone since?
Because of what they found out up there.
What they find out?
The Russians found it
That
out.
sounds like a conspiracy theory. To me.
Oh, it is conspiracy.
Sounds to me more like
It- It was a Russian teenager. You know,
Wow.
that's like what I've come up with.
A lot of overshot
They done
balls
told
here,
me
man.
twice not to build it,
Missing the whole damn breed.
Yeah.
A lot of
but I'm not listening to it. I'm building it.
Believe everything they see on TV.
Not everything.
Now,
a bunch of lies, just like NASA.
Yeah, that's NASA.
I'd say it did.
That's NASA. Why would they tell the truth about some things and lie about others?
Well, there's some things they don't want you to know.
Make excuses for NASA.
No, that fella that was a Russian that found it out. He tapped in on NASA. It was a Russian guy.
We know so much about it.
Well, here it is. Okay, why are they trying to go back there? Because they know what's there.
Look at the word history.
Why haven't we been back
And
there?
Milwaukee was there, and they showed this buildings, and then they got all the stand up. How tall was that thing? It was unreal. We don't have nothing that tall on this planet. And that's something been there. It's been there.
The picture showed grainy.
It's been there. And they said it looked like an asteroid punctured it. It was like some kind of acrylic or glass, bulletproof crap. But something went in it and destroyed the atmosphere, what they were living in.
Pretty much, probably.
You can't tell how tall it is.
You can't really make anything out.
It looked like glass going all the way up. And then you can see where it got damaged.
I saw that somebody talking about that, and they showed a picture, and it was just grainy, zoomed in.
Right here.
Right here.
Wasn't that grainy? I don't know. I can see it better than what you got on here.
That's because
South Carolina has a lot of history.
these are like generation one iPad.
Yeah. Oh, what do you do? You know what that is?
Supposed to be showing the moon.
Nope.
Clouds going over.
That's Venus.
Venus. Damn, that's a long ways too.
Now, how are you seeing Venus? How are they taking a video of Venus right now? Venus is between us and this.
How is the orbit?
How much?
This is the sun.
That?
This is the sun. This is Earth.
We have
You have to just get the Earth. That's fine.
Yeah. So that's Venus, right? That's Venus is having an orbit like this. Earth is having an orbit like this. So if it's nighttime for this continent, so it's nighttime right now, right?
We're on this side of the sun, so it's nighttime. We're looking
Venus
at that.
always orbits like this. How are we seeing Venus looking that way?
Yeah.
This
We're looking
planet's
to the
rotating.
outside of the racetrack, but
but-
the guy's in the center of the racetrack. How are you going to see the guy when you're looking outside of the racetrack?
But it's nighttime.
This is the sun, right? That's the sun. This is Venus. We go like this around the right. We turn like this. So now it's sunlight, right? Sunlight. We're looking at the sun, right? Venus is over here. We go over here this way. Now it's dark time over here. It's nighttime. Venus is here between us and the sun. How are we taking videos of that?
I'm going by what you're saying. I haven't studied it. I don't have a big enough.
See,
lens to
that's the
think about
thing.
it.
That's the thing. We have all studied. Wasn't there? I don't know. Put it 60 miles away. What's the curvature in 60 miles?
60 miles.
What's the curvature?
Probably
60
wouldn't
times 60, that's 36. That's 360 times 8 is like,
I'm bad at math.
3,600.
yeah, you're right.
30. So,
Times 8.
You wouldn't
so
say
36.
that.
But there's video of them looking at Seattle. No, what is it? What's that place? There's videos of them looking across the water, 50, 60 miles away. They see the whole city. That should 2,400 feet should be missing, but we can see everything. How is that possible?
Something wrong.
If the world is round, like they tell us, 8 inches per mile squared, we shouldn't be able to see that.
8 inches per mile square.
That's what the radius of the Earth.
It's a very close approximation.
Yeah.
But that
no.
would still look flat. Looking at it.
How? We're missing 20 something hundred feet.
I mean, our eyes. I mean, we can't see that.
Then how'd you see it on that mountain?
Yeah,
See it on that
you
thing.
could.
Where do you see that?
It's okay.
I'm saying looking across on flat plain. Looking on flat plain, you probably wouldn't see it.
How do you know it's, how do you, is this a ball? Is there a measurement for it? Should there be a measurement for it?
For what?
If it's a ball, can you measure it? Shouldn't there be a measurement to know that it's a ball, a true ball?
What's
The
amazing?
radius of the Earth is what,
What's amazing is
24,901,
there's
right?
a little
Miles.
tiny dot like that.
The radius of the
versus
Earth?
something like that.
Eight-
That's
eight-
hard to
that's
believe.
called
The
8,000
sun,
almost.
the sun is that much
8,000.
bigger.
That's called scale.
What's
Just like you can make a
24,901?
Yeah.
Circumference.
Circumference,
engine,
that's what I'm
and it
saying.
still work.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
gotta put it in scale.
A friend of mine made a miniature
It's
engine,
a ball.
little engine like that. It
Shouldn't you
runs.
have some kind of equation to measure it? Some kind of formula?
You got to go by scale.
I just told you
Or
that.
greatly reduced scale. He got a little V8. He got a V8 Hemi engine that he made, and that thing sit there and run just like the one in your car.
Yeah, and this is the miniature Earth that they tell us, right? Still not working. I can still see Venus at night. I should be able to see it.
Bananarama sees it too all the time.
It's Venus is between us and the sun all the time, so you shouldn't be able to see it.
Yep, it's like on a track. You go on the
It's
outside,
hard to believe
round.
that this year.
Yep.
You look at.
They're like I'm running a race right now.
Only can be one on the outside, one on the inside.
Why in the world that those planets still sit in the same place?
What planets? Keep calling it planets. I don't
The
know.
Mayans.
I don't know what a
How the
planet
Mayans figured out the calendar and the days of the year, and how all of that, the solstice, everything comes into play. How in the world do those people know all that language?
Wheels in the sky keep on turning.
I got that on there. I'm gonna turn on my radio.
I mean, he don't live that long. Somebody had to be keeping records.
Well, what else do they do?
The Mayans came up
We should be playing. You know what we should do? We should be playing Flat Earth Man stuff. We should be playing Flat Earth Man stuff when we're out here.
You gotta get one of those radio things.
For distraction.
That's what y'all do. Y'all sit in studios all the time.
All the time. All the time. Yeah. Thank you.
We're on to Sealand.
See.
Thank you. There comes a point where,
Thank you. Well,
you know, you know it's flat, pretty much. So it's like, you know, you find little bits and pieces here and there. Oh, that's interesting.
How you doing, Dave? Got cold water, cold drinking? Still cold?
I probably learned the most of it.
must we dump it on Tommy's phone? Oh, it's,
Water's always flat.
look.
He catch you in for 6 hours, you're gonna study it and find it out.
Yeah, that's what it is. Everybody that
Why is that flat?
Gravity,
Gravity?
a level.
Which
Man-made
gravity?
level.
Now it's
Yeah,
still flat.
Still the same way.
Still flat,
See,
right?
Still the same way.
Still flat?
That's right.
everybody that
Just making a level. We've done level houses like that with a line level.
Mm-hmm.
Is level straight?
Huh?
Is level straight? Is it
Oh,
horizontal?
the water level will be right.
What?
I mean, you see how bad the house is at? You just jag it up until you get it.
This is vertical, right? This is horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Vertical.
Horizontal goes for what? Horizon? Horizon? Horizontal?
You could have a turd that's damn horizontal for all I know. You know why a damn turd is tapered on the
That
end?
question still needs to be answered.
You know why the turd is tapered on the end?
Horizon, horizontal.
Think about
is
it.
flat
Listen to
and
him for a
straight?
minute.
How
Listen to
many
him.
times?
Answer that
Listen,
question.
answer that
Is
question,
horizon
and I'll answer
horizontal,
yours.
Flat and straight.
By my knowledge, what I've seen, but
No,
I
it's a
have
yes or
seen
no
in the
question.
past.
I only
have
asked for
seen in
yes
the
or no
past.
question.
I could
But,
see
you
the
know,
curve.
the yes or no
How?
question
Hit a
cannot be
level.
answered with a
A
whole
level.
paragraph.
It was a 12-foot straight edge, and put a level on it,
Guys, let's just move on.
and look at it tonight.
I've done that. I've taken a level, 6
Yeah.
foot level, held it
Mine's
up to a
12
beach,
foot.
held it up to the water of the beach,
Yeah.
perfectly level. There's no curve. You haven't seen a curve that way. It's impossible. There's no way.
The waves aren't flat.
No, they're not.
I gotta have fun with you.
That's all right.
And like y'all want to have fun with me.
Life is about having fun.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have fun, you're miserable. And I'm not miserable.
This thing, if they had to kill Tesla, we wouldn't have no electricity bill. He wanted everybody to have free electricity.
Yep. Supposedly.
That product that I'm working on now,
Remember, history is written by the people who won, not the people who lost.
that's true. The fella who came out, you ever heard of Desmodromics?
No.
Well, they had him killed over 100 years ago because they could not stand for him to donate that kind of technology for free. That's what I've done. What the engineer told me, he said, you reinvented what he died for over 100 years ago. That's what I created.
Let me ask you a question. When you breathe in, what are you breathing in?
I see, man.
You breathe in a little bit of everything.
All right, but you're breathing in what? Mainly oxygen.
Mainly oxygen.
When you breathe out, what are you breathing out?
Carbon dioxide.
Right, what are you breathing in right now?
Anything else you
Carbon
I've
monoxide?
got more carbon dioxide right now.
I thought you were gonna like try that.
That's not good for you. You got a better chance of getting sick wearing that than you do not wearing it.
Is that the
I don't
strawberry?
know. I can't take it.
I got strawberry mango kiwi with some ginger in there.
Oh, I love that. I made it at home. It wasn't as good as yours.
I just whipped it up, you know. I don't even remember the taste, man. But, you know, so like I said, I'm gonna start cooking. Just wait, and then I'm gonna start cooking, and we'll eat together.
Thank you.
Unless you're hungry as hell. Vinny and I, we're hungry as hell.
My wife just done up a big old salad before I left the house.
Earth is not a globe. You're looking at this course. You want a free brochure? What is one?
I've had a lot of curiosities over life. Hey, if you don't learn something every day, you may as well just go ahead and end it.
That's right. That's why. When we learned about this, and we figured out we were been deceived our whole life. Growing up, they teach you the ball Earth. There's a globe in every classroom. They drill it into your head. But when you realize where you really live, it changes your whole life.
You would think it's not, but
For the better.
Well, you think about when it rains, the droplets of rain.
Yeah.
It's like a teardrop when it
He
falls.
can, Thielen, explain the rain to him. Remember we were talking about the rain on the way up here?
oh yeah. I mean, every raindrop has an imperfection in it. That's how it forms. The water forms via surface tension around a dust particle or something. That's how a raindrop falls.
When it falls, it definitely gathers.
Thank you.
Everything else does.
Oh.
You watch it when it splatters, when it hits, make contact.
Flattens out.
No, it flattens, but it splatters in a bunch of other little smaller drops.
And those flatten out.
And see, that's what I'm working
Then
on.
that gives it that little wobble, right? Because it's the surface tension.
That's what I'm working on with fuel. Mine is coming in like that vapor you're inhaling. Well, that's how my fuel is going in these cylinders. Injected under high pressure, but it's a thinner vapor than what you're breathing in.
Yeah, I know. Do you like working on little small engines?
No,
Big ones?
I took care of my father. He was a world record holder back when he was drag racing. I grew up in drag racing. Well, I took care of him until he passed
When
away.
you go watch the sunset, this is what you see with your eyes.
He passed away, and I had an engine stand for 15 years. And I said, okay, I'm gonna finish up my bucket list.
Camera and zoom in.
I
This is how
said,
the sun
damn,
actually
I'm gonna finish my engine. And that's what happened.
give it about 5
And then I went from one modification after the other. So this is like my 5th stage.
The sun doesn't set.
And I'm finally coming down. Hopefully I'll get it done this year.
Across the flat earth.
But the biggest thing is
Like if I hold a
is
flashlight,
patent
keep it away
attorneys.
from you,
Somebody you can
eventually you'll
trust.
light it. It's not because
That's
the
the
earth
problem I
is
got.
burning, because you can only see so far.
Lawyers. Now everybody in the daggone woods want to help me now. Because they want to get a piece of information.
Yes.
I saw one of those on like a video, like one of those.
These?
But I got a different question. How do you guys do that?
Did you
you learn about the solar system?
Him.
You did?
He
So
made
it
it.
goes what? Sun, and then it goes what? Mercury, Venus, Earth.
Anyone can do it. You are talented. You have been blessed.
So let's pretend that this is
The
a globe
wisest
model. This
words
is what they
anyone
teach
ever
you in
tell
school.
you. You are talented. You are special. You are unique.
This little bird right here is the dark side, right?
Get
Because
off
it's
the
basically
phone.
You're
Turn off your
standing here,
TV.
you look in the sky.
Put your phones up.
Can you see the Big
all
Dipper?
your tablets.
At
Put
nighttime?
all those up.
Did you ever look up and see the stars? You see the Big Dipper in the sky?
Wait,
Well, you can look up in the sky and see the Big Dipper here. 180 days later, the Earth is rotated around.
Well, that's going to be my lunch.
So now the dark side is facing away from the sun. It's facing that side of the universe. 6 months later, you can look up in the sky.
Take a
and see the
picture.
Big Dipper.
Nothing lasts forever.
You're facing two different sides of the universe.
Nothing man-made lasts forever.
What gets me is how in the world the moon stays in that one position and you can never see the other dark side of the moon.
Taking
Yep.
at night.
Because it's probably not a ball.
Venus at night.
You'd say, how in the world is it staying there?
Venus is between the Earth and the sun.
How are all the stars staying there?
Hmm?
How do we see the same stars all the time? If
Oh,
we're moving,
it's confusing for me.
if we're moving through the galaxy, right? We're spinning. You know how fast the Earth spins on its axis?
It was surprising. It is a lot faster than I thought it was.
Roughly 1,000 miles an hour, a little more,
I didn't
1,040.
even think it was that much.
Yeah. Then now that Earth's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, right? Now it's orbiting the sun at 66,000 miles an hour.
Which one takes
No, I'm
place?
just a guy.
The sun and us are shooting a million miles an hour.
And then they still carrying on their own.
But yet we still see the same stars every night. Why?
I can't see that many stars. I mean, all I
They're all the same stars.
you go out in the country,
They're all the same stars. We see the same stars all the time.
Water is.
out there with my sister-in-law, she just passed away. And when they first got that place, you could never see here because we got light. And it keeps
I live in
you
the
from
country.
seeing.
I live in the
So
country.
you know what I'm saying?
I see the same stars, right? They do move, right? But 6 months later, a year later to the day, they're in the same spot again. Same spot, right? Every year. Why we should if we're moving that fast through the galaxy, we should be seeing different stars all the time. Correct? But we don't. See the same ones.
Unless they're all moving right along with us.
Or we might not be moving. Do you ever think of that?
Thought of that too.
Maybe the stars and the moon and the sun are moving,
Thought
but
of
we're
that
not.
too.
Still up.
Yeah. You got it.
You guys have a good one.
Me too.
So this is here. This is a firmament. Here. That's why there's a barrier between us and up there. Right? Water's above, water's below. They say in the Bible.
That's our dome.
What if the stars and the sun and everything are rotating inside here, not out here? Is that possible?
Well,
Thank you.
there's a lot of stuff that was told, by our scientists, our, NASA. But NASA hides so much too.
Nice. So how are they scientists?
If you lie once in court, you throw out your entire testimony.
I know they done threatened me.
NASA?
No,
What?
the government. The government.
Grab that.
The government.
Please. So it doesn't get too hot.
They told me because see, I was experimenting with hydrogen.
Down.
It's what I added into my engine.
I don't think it's gonna be too
I got the biggest V8 that was made. All right, the lifter valley, push rod, all that stuff is gone now. I created double overhead cams. So I ground and seal all of this in. I turn it in to a hydrogen generator. All right, where you can generate your own fuel. See, they got it to where you can only have hydrogen on demand. I was going down there to get literature on hydrogen because I don't want to blow myself up. I know how volatile it is. Doing it in a 5-gallon bucket. And I mean, you could take a torch and it's like pow, 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 firecrackers going off like crazy. Well, but here it is. I'm going to the extreme end. generate enough to where I don't have to stop and buy gas no more. Because there's a fella I know that's got an 18-wheeler. He goes East Coast, all the way to West Coast, and not buy no diesel fuel. He's already done it. I said, well, damn, if he can do it with a diesel, why come I can't do it with a car? So, and he's got a recording, and he shows his diesel truck, the whole back of the cab. It's like daggum, a super generator, the back of his daggum cab. He's generating so much daggum hydrogen. He let it warm up, I think, for 5 minutes to get enough pressure. And he said, look at this. He turned his hydrogen on. This is the hydrogen. Now I cut my diesel fuel off. And it shows him like Interstate 20, getting on Interstate 20 from the ramp. And he said, man, this thing, it's like I got an empty load. It's got way more power than it ever had before. He said, it's just like I'm empty. And he's going West Coast. And he's telling all about it, but he didn't show his face. He didn't show his rig. The government does not want it. He's the one that got me in on it with my car. And my brother-in-law, the engineer down in Florida, he's one of the guys that owned, it was like a handful of people in the United States that worked for Ford that got the bronze statue.
I've had them all.
That was my brother-in-law. And I wanted to impress him. Because I was going to use his electronics, these electronics with it. And I was going to get him to help me out because I'm going with direct injection, straight into combustion. And then I'm pulling air in on it, air. So when that valve opens and the piston goes down, it's just pulling air. And I got huge valves like this, pulling air on it. Then I wanted to control all events at 90 degrees, every 90 degrees. That's 4 cycles. And I wanted the piston with all the valves closed when it come up, compress all of that air. I wondered why back in high school days I had old Firebird 400, and I'm sitting there throttling up. I could see the butterfly quiver. I figured it out. You're gonna need something set on top of here.
Rubber bands around it. We'll put it in a box right now, Tommy.
Yeah, we're good. It's died down out here anyway. Ain't many people left.
Yeah, this is a nice setup though.
But I wanted to know why it quivered. I said, here it is. I had to wait. My father died for me to figure it out. You can check any camshaft ever made, any car out here, that the air is sucked back in through the intake. It's wasting fuel in air. It's sucking it back in. That's because of the event of timing. It's not at 90 degrees. My daggum compression, the valve didn't close until it was that high off the bottom. This was a 500 Cadillac engine. And that's the smoothest running engine I ever had. But the piston was that high up before the valve was even closed. You're shoving that air back in where it came from. That's why the butterfly quivered. It took me all them years to figure that out.
Last time, he came over to the house, I had a salad for him.
So now, you put all of that kinetic energy to use.
Until my kids told me, like,
that's what I figured. I had to design my own cylinder head in my induction system.
That's interesting.
You got 90 degrees, 180, 270, 360. It's either controlled at the bottom or the top. The bottom and top. So you're wasting horsepower. The daggum valve didn't close until way after 57 degrees, after top dead center, with the exhaust being pushed out. You got air intake coming in and going out the exhaust.
Interesting.
And then the minute
I was getting cooking in just a little bit.
He said, what was I trying to do? Put them out of business? No, I wanted to make the best engine possible.
Put them back on top.
Yeah, put them on top. And way better gas mileage. And I was looking at 60 miles to the gallon with my big engine. Now here it is, it's a possibility to get better. That many credentials.
We're having some food and fellowship here. About to wrap up everything at the flea market.
You worked at a restaurant.
We got this cantaloupe here that Lockhart. Oh, yeah. Only 11 people watching, but we're about to end the stream here in a little bit and have some fellowship. I appreciate everybody coming today.
Thanks, guys. All right. Thanks for coming out.
Y'all got a website?
Bye, everybody.
Checking us out.
All right.
See you next weekend.
Take that. No. Okay.
I was just wondering. Y'all got a website on